attack.
Everybody, welcome to Attack of the Show. I'm Kevin Pereira.
And I'm Olivia Munn, and we're coming to you.
You gotta sing-song it.
And I'm Olivia Munn.
Yeah! That was good.
We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
On the show, we survived the snowpocalypse, and Dolph Lundgren brings down the house. It's all happening in today's Around the Net. Then Allison goes to Gotham for the premiere of the Adidas Star Wars sneaker collection. She's going to show off the new limited edition Luke Skywalker kicks and hang out with some stormtroopers.
And then Brian Posehn from the Sarah Silverman program will reveal why he's not getting a medical marijuana card. Plus, we'll take a look back at an AOTS classic, The
sexy.
Red Ring of Death. Don't worry, guys. It happens to everyone at least once in their life.
Yeah.
Right now, most of the country is buried under snow, and most of the country overreacted to the situation.
Yeah.
Especially our local weathermen.
Today's Around the Net will actually guide you through the snowpocalypse, and then we'll introduce you to the second coming of Elvis Presley, a man you know as Dolph Lundgren. Correct me if I'm wrong, man, but
You're wrong.
Okay, don't correct me. I think there are about a million reasons to not live in Baltimore. I mean, there's the drugs, and then the violence, and now the Glenn Beck of weather.
Yes, courtesy of AccuWeather, here's the snowpocalypse.
Oh boy. 14 to 22 inches of snow. Oh boy. Well, I'm AccuWeather.com meteorologist Jim Kosick. Our paralyzing, crippling, record-breaking storm comes today! And problem number one to start it all today, 35 degrees. So when the snow comes in, kicks temperatures down sub-freezing, so what initially melted turns to black ice. That's only one problem. Problem number two, 14 to 22 inches of snow!
What do weathermen have to live for, really?
Today.
It was that day for him. There's like 3 days out of the year that he doesn't want to hang himself in a closet, and that is one of them. He's like, it's really cold, check the Doppler now!
I love it. He's been like working up. He's like rewriting and rewriting what the script would be.
Totally.
Every day for the last year.
Black ice! That's just one! What's our number 4 video, Olivia? What is it?
Well, it seems to carry a message, but we're not exactly sure what that message is besides, I use Garnier.
No, that's not the message at all. I think 2 things are... Okay, very nice hair. Yep. You smell like a YMCA locker room. Thank you.
Just woke up.
2 things are for certain in this clip. It's very polite. And all right, you know what? Roll the damn clip. If you want to focus on that, just roll the damn clip.
Thank you. 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 Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. 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 Thank you.
Ladies, you are welcome.
Today's number 2 video comes to us from CongoApes.org and features a couple of chimps who found a camera.
Yeah, we know what you're thinking, but surprisingly, the 2 chimps actually made Around the Net without masturbating or throwing their feces.
What?
Yeah. I love chimps. They're so like us.
Like us?
Well, they're like the dude from the Best Buy video. You know what I'm talking about?
Like,
this guy.
Hey, you're the man, you're the man, you're the man. You are the man.
That's the first thing I thought about. They're like brothers from another mother. Who the man?
And number 2 today, we have a portrait of a bohemian life in California's Venice Beach.
You know, hobos sing for beer and hippies sing for hallucinations. And there are sort of Disney-esque scenes, if you will, kind of like this one.
Jumped right over her.
It looked like you doing drunken Pilates for a second there, which is. Olivia Munn's Drunken Pilates will be coming out on DVD very soon, by the way. You need to do that. We're gonna do that for the show.
We should.
Can you start with your 40 of OE and let's go downward dog? You're just vomiting all over your yoga mat by the end of it.
And at number 2 today, we have another genius pairing from the YouTube doubler.
Yes, here's the Spice Girls wannabe married to the obnoxious Adam West Batman theme. Now everything is better and simultaneously worse. That's a good mix, actually. That's a pretty good mix.
You know, it never occurred to me until now that the Spice Girls would have made great Batman villains.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
But like the Dark Knight Batman, that he needs to fight them because Adam West is great and all, but the Spice Girls kind of deserve to be Christian Bale.
I deserve to be Christian Bale.
All right, well, touch some lights and I'll yell at you inappropriately. Go for it.
That's such a turn.
I'll make you feel worse about yourself.
At number 3 today, we have a Jeopardy clip. This is probably. This is amazing. This is so great. If you guys watch Jeopardy on a regular basis, you're going to know how awesome this is. It's from Odd 8 that resurfaced on the web today. It's awesome.
It's obvious now that after a quarter century of hosting the show, Alex Trebek is just sick of faking it.
More rubicund. Daria?
What is rotunderer?
No.
No.
Oh!
One more again?
Delightful.
One more again. One more again.
More rubicund. Daria?
What is rotunderer?
No.
Coming in today at number 1 is the debut of Dolph Lundgren as a co-host of Melody Festivalen.
Oh.
It's at Melody Festival in 2010.
Oh,
the 2010 variety. It's a whole new Melody Festival.
Yes. Now, the immensely popular singing show's been on for nearly 30 years in Sweden.
Of course.
And its winner advances to Eurovision, another huge European institution like soccer that we Americans don't care anything about.
Yes. But nobody can even think about any of that right now because Dolph really put on a show-stopping debut performance. If you haven't seen it.
Conversation, a little more action, please. All this aggravation ain't satisfaction in me. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Don't procrastinate, don't articulate, grow, stimulate, right away, move around. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, Dolph, I love you. You know I love you, and I don't want to do this, but You kind of dropped the gauntlet there, buddy.
Oh, no, wait, Kevin, you're not going to try to one-up Dolph.
No, I'm not going to try. Allison, I'm going to do it. And a two, and a... No, you're not impressed yet.
That was incredible.
Right? It was, huh? Someone actually gave me Rosetta Stone's Learn to Juggle CD for Christmas, so I'm a quick learner. What's up, Dolph? Still ahead, Allison walks a mile in nerd shoes. She's going to show off the new Adidas limited edition Luke Skywalker sneaker.
And coming up, we'll review a small PC with a big heart. Yajapon rates the Shuttle PC up here. Big heart.
Attacken Spezialbier.
If you're gaming on a factory-issue PC, listen to this. 1, you're a slave to the man.
Oh.
2,
That's still
not
one.
done.
You're still holding up one.
2,
Yeah.
you're underperforming.
Okay.
3, you can't be proud of something someone else built.
Okay. Anything else there? You got more
4,
things? Oh, okay.
you overpaid. And 5, watch this. And I don't have a 6. This computer is smallish on the outside.
But its insides are beefy. A powerful PC is nothing new. But can you cram it all into a case a quarter of the size of a normal desktop? Well, Shuttle can with the SX58H7 bare bones system. At only 8 inches wide, this small wonder supports the latest Intel Core i7 processor, DDR3 memory, and even dual graphics cards. Plus, the IC Evo technology ensures efficient cooling even in the most extreme gaming sessions. It does it all for $600.
So Shuttle makes one of the most unique gaming PCs around, mainly because of its super small form factor, as you can see here. So we want to know, how small is it?
How small is it?
Isn't that fun?
Really? Let's never do that again.
Let's never do that again.
Okay, no. You want me to move on to this? I got all the time in the world. If you kids
all the time in the world. And I like sausages and hamburgers, and sometimes it's fun when rainbows come out.
Thanks for watching the show today. Good night, everybody.
I heard rainbow.
Let me tell you about the Shuttle PC. This thing is small. It's about the size of an iPhone, as you can see.
Touch it or face.
Or a chubby pug. It's
Watch
only
how things get bigger.
It's only 7.5 inches wide and 8 inches high, a little over a foot deep. It'll fit on any desk, or you can carry it around to all the LAN parties and impress all the no ladies there.
Okay, so these are sold as bare bone kits, which means they come with the case, the motherboard, power supply. Stop that.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Come on.
Cooling system, pre-routed cables.
Come on, bump it for bare boning.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's basically it, if you guys could remember anything I just said. Now, since you have to add everything else yourself, processor, RAM, etc., how easily is it to work in such a tiny little space?
It's not that bad, actually. Once you pop the top, the optical drive and the hard drive are in a removable slot. You pull that away, and bam, you're inside the gutty works of the old computer. You can access the RAM and the processor nice and easily. The motherboard supports SLI. It has 2 video card slots. The cards themselves have to be single slot cards, though, a little on the smaller side. The bare bone kit comes pre-assembled and cable managed, so it's pretty ready to just drop in your parts. You unscrew it and you're good to go.
Well, so here's the question.
Yep.
Are you going to get the same performance performance out of this as that you're going to get with like a normal gaming PC that already comes with all the same parts?
Great question, and the answer is it's pretty close. We ran the usual 3D Mark Vantage test. It got a respectable score, definitely more than we thought it would. It'll run Bioshock 2 with absolutely no problem with all the settings on high. It looks and plays very smoothly. Overall, the rig should be able to play most any game you can throw at it, so you won't have a problem. Farmville is a breeze.
All right, it's $600 for the bare bone kit, plus the cost of other components.
Yeah.
So, should we buy it?
Yeah. I think the shuttle's definitely worth it. Here's the thing. You're going to save a ton of space. You're going to have a portable, powerful machine. And building your own PC in a normal case with the same parts is practically the same price. So why not go this route if you can?
Well, what are we going to give it?
Well, again, great craftsmanship. It's easily customizable, and it's affordable.
What are you going to say?
I'm saying 4 out of 5. Put them on the screen because I just said it.
That's a good
They can say
number.
it again.
Good rating.
That's a good buy.
That's a good buy.
And
It is kinda
rainbows
fun.
come out, and sometimes
No,
butterflies
that's it
are
for
pretty.
today's Gadget Prawn. If you have a
Say
gadget
it.
you'd like to see us rate, email us at
Talk about butterflies.
gadgetprawn@g4tv.com.
Say it. We sent Allison Hayslip to New York to battle stormtroopers at a shoe store.
What?
Battle stormtroopers at a shoe store.
No, that's not what we sent
What?
her there
Yeah, we did.
to do. No, it's
Battling
actually
people
it was
at
for the
shoe
premiere of the Adidas Luke Skywalker sneakers. That's why we sent her there.
What?
Was to cover that.
Not impressed.
Coming to you from a galaxy far, far away is a new sneaker that's got New York City going crazy. It is the new Luke Skywalker shoe. It's being brought to you by Adidas and Snoop. Rap Master and Jedi Master joined forces last week and led an Imperial march through Times Square to usher in what might be the biggest sneaker crossover event of all time.
It was crazy, paparazzi, and the public, New York City, they loved it.
All right, so Jess, talk to me about what's going on here today.
We're in New York launching our Star Wars collection. It's just started the collection in January, and today marks the launch of this shoe. That's the Skywalker limited edition shoe. It's actually based on an old school silhouette that rolled out, I think, in the early 90s. And then we retrofitted it with, of course, the most iconic orange from Luke Skywalker's uniform in Star Wars. And I think that most people dig it the most is because that was the moment when Luke Skywalker became a man, started flying the X-Wing.
And how many different pairs of shoes are there?
Footwear and apparel. Right now we're rolling out about 9 pairs of footwear, and then what you're looking at here as well as a Yoda shoe, the release of some of our select limited edition stuff.
Obviously, these are really like swanky shoes. How much are they going to run you?
Skywalker's running for $100.
$100. That's not that bad.
For New York, that's a bargain.
Yeah. You were first in line here. What time did you get here?
I was here at about 1 this morning.
1 a.m.
1 a.m. They'll go nicely with my lightsabers, so, you know.
Because we know you have them.
Yes, I definitely did.
What about these shoes makes them Yoda?
Well, what I really like about them is that they didn't just like plop on a picture of Yoda on them. They're kind of Yoda inspired, so like the fabric, I think is really cool.
It's like Yoda's skin here, right?
Yeah. Oh, when you put it that way, that's a little freaky.
That sounds awful. Like we skinned Yoda to make shoes out of him.
The next collection rolls out March 1st, and then again we start with a whole fall-winter collection starting up in July.
Just when you thought Obsessions couldn't go any further, we get an alliance of galactic proportions. Get out and get your own before they sell out.
I don't like it.
Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper?
Still ahead, Adam Sessler drops by, drops trowel, and exposes his plasmids. It's a review of Bioshock 2 on Gateway.
And then Brian Posehn is here, and he's bringing his fake gayness from the Sarah Silverman program. And he may also briefly mention doobie, poopy, and punching babies.
Yeah. And later, it's an AHS classic. A Distended Warranty wages death metal war against the Xbox 360 in a music video for the song Red Ring of Death.
The Red Ring of Death.
Great song.
Thank you. Thank you.
If wearing a ridiculous cowboy hat with a feather boa and goggles hasn't gotten you laid yet, well, it's time to drop the peacocking.
Yeah.
Peacocking.
It's just fun to say, isn't it? Yeah.
A little bit.
This Go Hack Yourself is for Valentine's Day, and it'll give you the digital help that you need to woo the ladies. Woo! So did I woo? I wooed.
What?
You were wooed.
What?
Alone again on Valentine's Day? Well, we're about to change all of that. Whether you're super shy or just hunting for the ultimate pickup line, here are some quick ways to kickstart your love life. If you're in love with a stranger or recently had a missed connection, don't spill your guts to the world on Craigslist. SeeShy.com is the completely anonymous way to connect with someone that you've only admired from a distance. Enter the location you last made eye contact, when it happened, and a few extra details describing your love interest's appearance. Hopefully they've done the same thing and are already looking for you. If both of your details vaguely match, a love connection is made and you'll both receive each other's contact information. Love at first sight has never been so easy. Still feeling like an average, frustrated chump? Get ready to become a full-fledged pickup artist in a single download. Pocket PUA for the iPhone and iPod Touch put some of the most powerful pickup lines and pickup artist techniques right in the palm of your hand. At a glance, you've got 40 tried and proven lines to strike up a successful conversation. Things like, hey, can you help me remember the theme song to Full House? Or, I was thinking about getting a tattoo. What do you think it should be? Think she might be too good looking for you? Well, knock her down a few pegs with one of the app's 60+ negative compliments. Round that off with some seduction techniques and you're almost home free. You can rate the lines as you use them, favorite the ones that work best, and even send a few to your wingman. Just don't get caught using this app in front of an HB, that's a hot babe and pickup speak, or you'll never seal the deal. Pocket PUA is just 99 cents in the iTunes App Store. If you want to make sure you've got all your bases covered, sign up for an account on OkCupid, one of the web's most popular dating sites. While other dating sites charge a monthly fee, nearly every feature of OkCupid is completely free. Create a profile and find your match using the site's sophisticated search feature. Or get a better idea of what you're looking for by taking one of the site's thousands of quizzes. If you're not getting the response you think you deserve, hit up OkCupid's blog. There, they've turned online dating into a science. Believe it or not, the best profile photos have MySpace angles, and the best photos to avoid are actually the ones of you with your pet. OkCupid is easy to navigate and gives you everything you need to score a date. So don't just sit there. Go hack yourself, get in the game, and find some love.
Adam Sessler came by to talk to us about taking a flamethrower to his little sister.
Yeah, it's not the murder of a sibling, it's the review of Bioshock 2.
It's time for a game break.
Yeah.
Break. Game. Broken. Oh.
Please welcome back X-Play's Adam Sessler, everybody. While he's here, your Valentine's Day, Adam.
Hells no.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Bioshock 2, everybody. Let's get into it. The first Bioshock, brought us an amazing, really visceral underworld. It was underground city known as Rapture. You're looking at me like...
No. I'm in complete agreement with you.
Oh, good. Yeah, because it did. Well, what's going on in this game? Because I've heard complaints, first of all, that it doesn't give you that same immersion right off the bat, that it sort of takes for granted that you already know Rapture and already love it.
I think the reason why people are hearing that as complaints is that the first Bioshock was just kind of a watershed moment for sort of modern games. It was such a good game. We said it was the best game in 2007. There's no way it can match that experience of going there for the first time, that sense of mystery.
A lot of gamers were straight up angry that anybody would dare to even attempt a sequel at the game.
And I would say, if I have to tip my hat to the team that made the game. I mean, they had a real tough road to hoe, and they actually did a very, very solid game. Yes, it doesn't match that sense of wonder of the first one, but there's a really, really good game under the hood.
Well, they put us, 10 years after the first game, back in Rapture. This time we are playing the role of a Big Daddy?
You're a prototype Big Daddy, so you actually kind of have a history that goes before the fall of Rapture, but almost all the events of the game happen with you trying to find your special little sister Eleanor, and there's a sort of a story attached to that. But really, you're a Big Daddy and you have a big drill hand.
Well, there we go. Does the combat system and the new plasmid system, does that make you feel like you're playing a Big Daddy?
I've never really felt like I was playing a Big Daddy. I never felt I had that much strength. I felt pretty vulnerable as I did in the first game. But
emotionally, as you were playing, or are you talking about?
Oh, I always feel emotionally vulnerable. I don't need a game to do that. Really, that's how I escape my sense of emotional vulnerability. No, it's the combat's a lot better in this one because you can dual wield, so you can have a gun in one hand and active plasmas in the other.
Very nice.
And the first game always had this promise that if you're really dynamic and you use different plasmas and you change all these bots over, you could do this cool combat. I never could do that. In this one, I've actually had some combat scenarios where I feel very proud and accomplished when I'm done with it, which I couldn't have in the first one, probably because I was too scared.
And what about the hacking system uses this sort of new QuickTime game, which apparently doesn't bog down the action as much?
No, because you have to, once you go into the hacking, you can still be shot and attacked. So you're kind of
the world
taking a
doesn't
chance.
hold. There's, excuse me, monsters, I'm trying to pick the
I'm
combo
looking
here.
to my advantage over here.
Yeah.
No, it is a little bit tough. I would assume, I haven't tried this out, if you have a CRT monitor, you're in some real trouble because it's kind of happening right there at the bottom of your screen.
Okay.
But, that's what happens.
Well, they're used to tiny text issues and all those issues now anyway, so it's fine. And now Bioshock has multiplayer, which is something that nobody... I mean, there weren't cries from the first game of why can't I play with my buddies? It was such a solid single player.
And you know what? This is probably the one reason why everyone was so skeptical about the game. Because that sounded kind of like, oh, well,
Hey, look what we'll also give you. Yeah. Is it arc welded on? I mean, is it just totally tacked on?
It's actually good. It was made by a separate team, Digital Extremes, and it's solid. Here's what our reviewer said, Jake Gaskill, is that he's not very good at multiplayer, and he was good at this. And so kind of similar to Uncharted 2, which I really gravitated towards because I really suck at Call of Duty.
Right.
It's kind of this fun, different multiplayer. But if you are like a Call of Duty type of guy, this is not going to rub your tummy.
But is it the kind of, will it still pet the back of my head months later? Will it still coddle me?
And breathe soothingly on it.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Is it the kind of thing that people are going to be playing months and months down the road? Or is it's fun for now and then they'll move on to the next multiplayer
Typically,
experience?
multiplayer like that does not have much of a long value.
Okay. Even with the ability to walk underwater, which was a big deal, it's point A to point B, right? When you're out in the water?
Yeah. If there was one thing that I feel that someone kind of said, I think we should have more underwater in this game. And they're like, well, we can't really have sort of electricity and fire underwater.
No. Make it a rail shooter now. That's what the kids like. And quick time events.
It's there. It's not impressive. It's very brief and
okay, so it's not getting in the way.
Yeah, it's not a point of complaint.
Okay, well, it sounds like, obviously, some would say an impossibly high bar to leap over. Sounds like they did a good job. What did X-Play give it?
We give it a 4 out of 5. If you're a fan of the first one, you should be playing it. And even if you weren't, this might actually fill in those gaps that weren't satisfying to you from the first one. But if you didn't like that first one, you have a problem.
We're out of time, but if you want, I can clap twice, and you can tell us. Adam Sessa, everybody, thank you! I'll have to clap a whole bunch.
Today's Rides, Whips, and Hoons features Lexus,
I was
Bugatti.
late. I wanted to be one of the dudes, and I was late.
We're talking about Rides, Whips, and Hoons. We've got a lot going on, especially a Ferrari that you would not be able to afford, even if they were available, which they're not.
Well, unless, of course, you're rich. In that case, you should start licking your little lippies, and you ain't got that wad of $100,000 bills that you got.
Son.
Son. Better buckle up, because we're leaving safety and affordability behind to check out some of the fastest cars about to hit the road. First up, we have the 2011 Lexus LFA, a sports car that has taken 10 years to develop. We got our first glimpse at last year's SEMA convention, and now this sports coupe is finally ready for the public. The Lexus LFA carries a V10 552 horsepower engine and goes from 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds, with a top speed of 200 miles per hour. It has a lightweight carbon fiber chassis, but uses a rear wing spoiler to keep the car from flying off the ground, with over 500 pounds of downforce. Only 500 of these units are being sold to the public next January, and with an estimated price of $375,000, you better start saving now if you want your own Lexus LFA. If you're looking for a true racing car, Ferrari's Formula One team has just unveiled the new Ferrari F10. With the 2009 Ferrari F60 only winning 1 out of its 17 races last season, Ferrari has decided to give their race car a major overhaul. The F10 runs on the same engine as the F60, but its frame has been completely redesigned, with a longer chassis and larger tires to balance its weight distribution. With its carbon fiber and honeycomb composite structure, a fully loaded F10 weighs 1,300 pounds, which is less than a Mini Cooper, but it can go from 0 to 60 in 1.7 seconds with a top speed of over 150 miles per hour. Now, unless you're a Formula One racer, you'll have to watch the F10 in action when the 2010 Formula One season starts in Bahrain this March. Next up, Italian auto manufacturer Pagani Automobili has announced that they will be evolving their Zonda series with the Pagani C9. Designer Horacio Pagani claims that this new model will have a different look compared to his Zonda line, and that the C9 will use a Mercedes-Benz AMG 6-liter V12 engine with 700 horsepower, making it just as powerful as the Zonda ZR. If you're planning to break the speed limit in this vehicle, you'll be glad to know that the C9 will have a carbon titanium chassis and meet U.S. crash safety standards, in case you lose control. But good luck buying one. Only 40 C9s will be available at the end of this year, and they'll cost you somewhere around $1.2 million. So just because we can't afford or can't find some of these speed demons, we can still dream of hauling ass in them. Stay tuned. Sarah Silverman's good buddy Brian Posehn will be here with a look at the new season.
We'll also hear how Brian plans to survive the apocalypse.
It involves weed and shotguns.
Is that your plan or Brian's plan? His wiener and fart jokes and reveal why he's not down with the medical marijuana. What an interesting man.
Did that really happen?
I built a time machine.
The internet is down.
I just lost TV.
Our cable must be out.
With no cable, there's no internet, and no Xbox Live, and no TV. I mean, our only connection to the outside world is to actually go outside. And we don't like it out there!
Joining me now, Brian Posehn, everybody! How are you, sir?
I'm good.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, nice.
Are you sick and tired of Tab at this
yeah,
point?
you enjoy that.
I'm going to enjoy a delicious Tab.
Yeah,
Did you arrive in the Tabmobile? Or?
Always.
How much of your character there is you? Like how much? Because
almost all of it, except for the being a gay gentleman part.
Right. Yeah. Except for the whole liking dudes thing.
Yeah. Oh, I like dudes. I just don't sleep with them.
You don't like them. You don't like them to completion.
Not that much.
You in this season, I've always loved your character and the dynamic that you have with Steve on the show, and you guys are getting a little more serious this season, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but we tackle some different things. Like we tackle the gay marriage thing. Steve really wants to get married and kind of convinces my character. And then Steve wants to have a baby, so I help him build a robot baby and then pray to Satan to make the robot baby come to life, which is how you do that sort of thing.
Of course, yeah.
And then one time I get a bird poops on me this year, and I get really, well, it happens twice. Because if a bird poops on you once, you let it go, but when it happens twice,
it's clearly a sign.
You have to get that bird and then teach him a lesson.
So do you perch above it?
We'll see.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. There's the tease. I love it. Tackling the serious issues from gay marriage to bird crap.
Yeah.
You guys are running the
all
spectrum.
The big ones.
Do you get a lot of people that, in reality, that outside world, that think that you might be gay because your character is on TV?
Yeah, I've had some guys be disappointed. Like, I'm a type. I'm a bear, and then the little cubs, those are the little fellas that like big bears.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of them. Like, are you really gay? And I'm like, nope, and they're frown.
But is that at a Best Buy, or is that at, like, the Rooster Fish?
Usually
where are they approaching you exactly?
At Comic-Con.
Oh, well, that's Cub Heaven. That's where they go. That's where they go. But your character on the show also a bit of a marijuana.
Yes.
A lover, so that's where you also differ from your character?
Yeah, totally. That you smoke it, right?
Yeah, I think that's what the kids are doing these days.
No.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to put that in my... It's a temple.
a very, very smoky temple.
Yes.
No, what are your thoughts on, like, the medicinal marijuana, or just marijuana in general?
Well, the medical marijuana thing, everybody I know is getting the card now, and people, and I was thinking of doing it, and then I talked to my guy, or my friend.
I thought by my guy you meant your doctor, but clearly you don't.
No, I met this friend that I've known for a long time, and he provides me with stuff that I pay money for sometimes. And I said to him, like, if I stop going to you, if I get a card, is that going to hurt you? And he's like, yeah, man.
That's like telling the local mom and pop.
A month would be a real bite to him. So
that's like the mom and pop store angry that Walmart's coming into town.
Yeah,
like,
so
you're going to put him out of business.
I don't want to put the little guy out of business.
So is that the only thing that's holding you back?
One of the only things is guilt. When my dealer dies, I'm getting a card.
Does he at least give you like a friends and family thing? Is there a punch card? Like your
nice.
10th bag is on him?
He shows up at my house. It's sweet.
Plays with the dog and the kid, and then leaves in a cloud of smoke. You have a comedy CD coming out as well.
I do. I think that's why I came here.
Oh! Well, let's get to it then. What's the name of the CD? Is it?
Oh, you're gonna love it. It's called Fart and Wiener Jokes.
Of course.
And it's me standing on a pile of dead comedians. Is the album cover.
And what are some of the track titles here? What do we have?
Well, there actually is one called Fart and Wiener Jokes.
Fantastic.
The reason I did it is the last record was called Nerd Rage, and I had one reviewer go, there wasn't a lot of nerd rage on it. There was like only one joke where he talked about nerd rage. And I went, well, if I call my album Fart and Wiener Jokes, no one can say that because there are so many fart and wiener jokes on it. They'll go, he's no liar. He said there was going to be some fart and some wiener jokes, and there are both.
I bought in, and they're both there.
Both are heavily represented.
I like putting it on shuffle. I don't know if I'm going to get to the fart or the wiener portion first. It's a mix-up. Are you getting the material from your family, from your kids now? Congratulations, by the way, on the kid.
Yeah. I've already started writing bits about him, and it's weird. I always used to say that I would never have a kid, and that because I hate it when comedians would have a baby and then it would change their act. They'd be edgy, and then they'd have a baby, and they'd be like, and I looked into my baby's eyes and saw how precious life is. I hate it when guys do that, so I used to tell my fans, if you ever see me do that, if I ever have a kid and I'm like, babe, my baby, I want you to punch my baby. But now I have a baby, and I would like for him to remain unpunched, so I'm a little nervous about it. So when I go outside, like if a nerd wants to try to punch my baby, like somebody sees me in a mall and goes, you said, and then punch, just so they know, I have the baby and a baby born, and I'm always swinging an aluminum bat.
Okay. That's how you casually browse through the mall.
Which is how I'm going to handle the zombie apocalypse also. Baby Bjorn, bat with a knife taped to it, and then my wife on the back with a baby Bjorn and 2 shotguns.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That needs to be in the next comic you do, by the way.
It's going to be pretty kick-ass.
I was shocked and saddened that I heard that it got in the way of your D&D playing, because who's ever stopped D&D from getting laid?
No,
how has that ever really gotten in the way?
Well, there were 3 guys in our D&D party that got their wives pregnant, and I don't think a D&D game has ever stopped for that reason.
No, that was 3 D20s.
Yes,
you guys are rolling hard. You also have a More Metal Than You animated video coming out. Is that for promoting the comedy?
It's part of the record. I did 2 songs with a bunch of my metal friends, Scott Ian from Anthrax and a bunch of other guys. And we did a cover of The Gambler by Kenny Rogers, which Kenny won't let us do a video for, but we recorded the song. So the video is for More Metal Than You, and it's just about how when you're a metalhead, other metalheads will try to prove how metal they are, that they're more metal than you, and I just think it's ridiculous, so I made a funny song about it.
You're the one carrying a baby swinging a bat with a switchblade on it. You win the metal competition.
I'm more metal than anybody.
Let them know. Brian, absolute pleasure to have you here. Congrats on the kid, the CD, the Sarah Silverman show. So happy for you, man. This Valentine's, G4's got something long for you, huh? It's a marathon of cheaters. Relax. But we also have a happy ending. That's the Adult Entertainment Expo hosted by superstar Sasha Grey.
This Sunday, G4 is giving you over 6 hours of emotional detachment. Go to g4tv.com/Valentines for more info. Still ahead, everybody. Metal Group's extended warranty shrieks out their issues with the Xbox 360.
It's an AOTS classic music video for the song Red Ring of Death.
Red Ring of Death.
Prepare to empathize death metal style when we come back.
Great song.
Thank you.
En vivo, G4 presenta El Gigador contra El Nerdo Loco. We'll be right back.
Testify! Coming up on the next AOTS. Michael J. White from Black Dynamite will be here live in studio. Then we'll check out the teensy Arcos 9 PC tablet on Gadget Prawn. It's got a 9-inch touchscreen and a virtual keyboard, but find out if you should buy it. Then Alex Simwise is at the world's craziest Tough Man competition. Tune in to see our favorite Brit get dirty. See it on the next AOTS.
If you're like everybody else in the whole world, when your Xbox 360 takes a crap, all you want to do is just scream in frustration.
Yes. Well, actually, back in 2007. Oh, 2007. Wow.
Don't even remember it.
The death metal group Extended Warranty took their frustrated screaming, added in what could almost be considered music, and made a video.
The song is Red Ring of Death, and it's another AOTS classic.
The dead were rising in the mall, and those zombies, they were eating my lead. That's when I earned an achievement, so I pushed the gem in my Xbox, it just went dead. 6 weeks later, I'm back online, and the gears of war just froze. I was praying to God it was a faulty disc. I looked down, the lights blinking. Oh no! It was a red ring of death. Consoles hotter than a dragon's breath. It was a red ring of death. Another bittersweet overheat. And I'm so pissed off. Grab the phone, dial tone, call it Microsoft. Now let's see the dark side of me. I'm on hold. I've been down this road 13 times before. I know it's gonna be 6 weeks. I'll wait for my precious cardboard coffin and ship my next-gen paperweight back. The demon stirring deep inside wants this corporate giant to fall. But at least now I know they appreciate my call! It was a red ring of death. Consoles hotter than a dragon's breath. It was a red ring of death. Sorry's a sick-looking brick. It was a red ring of death. Consoles hotter than a dragon's breath. It was a red ring of death.
Washington, Crazy Microsoft, when it bar indicates my sorrow for my lost console, which I paid so much money for. Oh, they don't include nice cables, you have to buy them separately. Oh, that's kind of lame, yeah.
Go to G4TV.com/AOTS for all the things you saw today and more.
X-Play starts right now. Good night.
Great spell. I like that.
I had a little awesome.